Welcome to Ash's GH Soapbox, the place to be. Totally unfiltered and not afraid to be. As you all know, I've been a GH fan since 1980. So buckle up, me beauties, let's get started. As you all know, I've been a GH fan since 1980. So buckle up, me beauties, let's get started.
Hey me lovelies, this is Mama Ash from GH Canada UK, and this is Ash's GH Soapbox. Port Charles has been doing what it does best again this week, absolute chaos. So grab your coffee, or something stronger, because honestly you might need it, and let's get into this week's General Hospital madness, June 22nd to 26th, 2026. Lulu Spencer and Dante Falconeri are finally getting closer to finding Rocco and Britt. I actually thought, okay, we might actually be getting somewhere here. Then Cassius, still cosplaying as Nathan, starts telling them to back off. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, have you met a Spencer and a Corinthos before? Because let's be honest, Lulu is a Spencer and Dante is a Corinthos. Stubborn doesn't even begin to describe it. That's two families you absolutely do not tell to stop once they've locked in. Dante and Elizabeth talk things through. Dante is speaking with Elizabeth Weber about everything going on with Rocco. And you can feel instantly this is serious. This isn't gossip, this isn't casual chat, this is heavy, protective energy. He's making sure she understands just how serious and dangerous things could get. And me lovelies, when Dante goes into that tone, you know it's real trouble brewing. Trina keeps it real with Curtis and Portia. Trina Robinson speaks directly to Curtis and Portia and accepts their apology. But she doesn't soften it for a second. She tells them straight up she needs space from the situation. Basically, I love you both, but I need peace and distance from all this toxic drama. And honestly, that was a grown, calm, boundary-setting queen moment. Ava and Ethan equals chaos comedy. Ava Jerome and Ethan Lovett had me actually laughing. Ethan casually threatening to throw Ava over his shoulder like a sack of potatoes. I had to pause like, what even is this conversation? Then Ava fires back and suddenly it flips into emotional warfare. Only in Port Charles does kidnapping turn into therapy and threats in the same scene. At the Quartermaines, Brooklyn and Chase actually get a soft moment. I thought, okay, 5 seconds of peace, lovely. Then reality hit me. This is the Quartermaines, peace is temporary. Drama is guaranteed. Sidwell walks in like he owns everything. Jen Sidwell strolls into Drew and Willow's home like he pays rent there. Willow is instantly not impressed and, honestly, same. Let's be real. This man is giving control freak energy. Combat creepy smiles. I enjoy ruining your life vibes. Then he starts threatening to expose everything about Drew's shooting situation. And I'm just sat there thinking, this is not a guest, this is a walking disaster in a suit. Lucy stirring chaos again, and I am not happy. Lucy Co absolutely did not slip up. That was intentional chaos with confidence. She drags Willow's name into mess about Jordan's situation. Then walks off like she hasn't just caused absolute destruction. And me lovelies. I need to say this properly. I am genuinely disgusted with Lucy. Like this isn't funny chaos anymore. This is messy, reckless, and completely out of line. I was actually sitting there thinking, what are you doing? Lulu and Dante finally get the location. Cassius finally caves and gives them the information. And I actually felt that relief with them. Because now it's go time, no more games. Rocco is coming home energy officially unlocked. In Tuesday's episode, Dante and Elizabeth's serious conversation continues. Dante is still speaking with Elizabeth Weber about how serious everything is getting. It's calm, controlled, but very heavy. You can feel there are consequences building in the background. And Dante is very clearly not underestimating any of it. Laura gets the bombshell. Laura Collins is told the truth. Rocco shot Cullum. And I literally went, oh shit, that changes everything. Because this is not small drama, this is life-altering Fallout territory. Brooklyn versus Michael tension. Brooklyn Quartermaine opens up to Michael. But things shift when Michael Corinthos starts questioning Chase. And she is not having it. Brooklyn shuts it down immediately. Don't come for her man unless you want consequences. Lucy crosses the line again, worse this time. I'm just going to say it. I am disgusted with Lucy. Lucy Co has officially gone from chaotic to dangerous. This isn't funny anymore. This is blackmail-level behavior towards Brooklyn. And again, me lovelies. I was genuinely shocked watching her actions unfold. Sonny Corinthos questions Ethan about his sudden shift regarding Ava. Ethan does not admit to being threatened. But you can clearly tell he's holding something back. And me lovelies, with Ava Jerome involved, nothing is ever simple. Chase turns down Willow's job offer. And for a second I thought, okay, maybe we get peace now. Nope. Detective Fitzpatrick speaks with Willow and Drew about everything surrounding the investigation of Jordan's accident. Willow is pissed and tells Fitzpatrick.to have the Peace PD contact her office about it. Fitzpatrick even drops the line that Drew communicates by blinking. It felt like a ticking time bomb going off because Fitzpatrick asked if Willow was home the night of Jordan's accident. Jen says to Drew, "Did you blink and frame Willow?" That was a laugh out loud moment for the episode. So, Wednesday's General Hospital was one of those episodes where you're sitting there thinking, right, who needs a cup of tea and who needs a padded room? We had Carly going full Carly, WSB drama, emotional Anna scenes, Cullum being, well, Cullum, and enough secrets flying around Port Charles to keep the post office busy. So, let's get into it. We start off with Gio and Emma at the Metro Court pool doing some role play, and honestly, these two are adorable. The chemistry is so sweet, and I'm getting those Robin and Stone vibes. Like, come on GH, my little soap heart can only take so much cuteness. And then we move over to Carly's place where Lucas shows up. Lucas literally says he wasn't sure if Carly was going to hug him or hit him. And honestly, Lucas, that is a fair question when you're dealing with Carly Spencer. Because of course Carly's next move is not, let's sit down and talk about this calmly. Nope. Carly tells Lucas she's going to break into Windmere. I mean, why not when you can just go full Carly Spencer and investigate yourself? Lucas is absolutely stunned. The man is looking at her like she just announced she's taking a holiday to Mars. But Carly wants information. She wants the tunnels, the secret passages, all the Windmere intel. And honestly, without Jason there to say, Carly, maybe don't run headfirst into danger. Who is going to stop her from going full bull in a China shop mode? Then Lucas gets another shock. Joss is with the WSB. His face was everything. And then Carly drops that Valentine has actually been helping her through this whole situation. Lucas is basically collecting surprises like they're souvenirs at this point. Now, let's talk Windmere. Charlotte tells Danny that her mom went looking for Rocco, and then we get into the whole Cassius and Cullum mess. Cassius opens the safe at Windmere and gets caught by Cullum. And can I just say, Cullum is really testing my patience. The attitude. The smugness. The I'm the villain and I know it energy. Dude, you need a padded room. Cassius wants to see his mum and tells Cullum he's trying to track down Jens. But then Cassius decides he needs to disappear. Meanwhile, Britt tells Rocco that her health is getting worse and that she's going to die. Oh me lovelies, that was heartbreaking. And then Britt tells Rocco to take his passport and leave. Britt, girl, really? This poor kid wants to help you and you're trying to push him away. Rocco is upset because he feels like she's shutting him out, and honestly, he's just trying to do the right thing. He even promises he'll leave when her health gets worse. My heart. Charlotte and Danny's conversation was also a lot. Charlotte tells Danny that Cassius told Lulu where Britt and Rocco are, and Danny is completely confused. Then the bomb drops. Jason didn't shoot Cullum. Rocco did. Danny is shocked and thinks the truth needs to come out. He wants to tell the WSB, but Charlotte is worried because that could put everyone in danger. And honestly, these kids are carrying some serious adult-level drama right now. Over in France, we get Anna. And wow, Anna's scenes were emotional. She talks with her doctor about her progress, her kidnapping, and everything she's been through. Anna wants the doctor to trust that she is okay and trust her own sanity. And honestly, seeing Anna open up like that was powerful. She admits Faison cannot still be alive and says her doctor has really helped her. Then the doctor calls Felicia so Anna can talk to her. That conversation? Beautiful. Felicia asking Emma to come with her to see Anna was such a sweet moment too. And speaking of Emma, Felicia tells Gio she's worried about her. Back at the Metro Court pool, James decides now is the perfect time to show off in front of Cassius. And does a cannonball. Because obviously we needed a little chaos sprinkled in with all the trauma. Carly tells Lucas about how she visited Valentine at Steinmauer and how Valentine hid out in her attic. She tells him about Joss killing Cyrus and how Jack used that to get Joss into the WSB. She then tells him how Valentine is trying to help her get Joss home. Lucas tells Carly that Cullum killed Marco. Carly says Cullum kidnapped Joss. Carly calls Cullum a soulless animal, accurate LOL. Carly always calls it as she sees it. Lucas Sada, if we don't hear from the WSB in 24 hours, they'll make a move to rescue Joss. Then Cullum discovers the serum is gone. Except, plot twist. It wasn't the serum Cassius stole. It was poison. Cullum says Cassius will EMD up killing Britt, not save her. What? Cullum completely loses it. And honestly, watching him rant about Cassius and Valentine while we get the split screen of Charlotte and Carly realizing these two hostages were valuable because they could be used to get to Valentine. Oh, things are getting spicy here. Oh me lovelies. Thursday in Port Charles had everything. We had arrests, danger, family drama, secrets, poison, and moments where I was sitting there thinking, WTF. So grab your coffee because we have a lot to unpack. First up, Alexis and Danny. Alexis gets summoned to the Peace PD and finds out Danny has been arrested. And of course Alexis goes straight into protective Nana mode because Danny is her grandson and she knows he is in a dangerous situation. But things get even more serious when Alexis warns Danny about Cullum. She tells Danny that Cullum is dangerous and that he needs to be careful. And me lovelies, when Alexis Davis gives you a warning, you listen. Danny had broken into the WSB to locate his dad because he knows his dad did not shoot Cullum. Because Danny then comes face to face with Cullum, who threatens him, and it becomes very clear that Cullum is not someone to underestimate. Charlotte is also trying to process everything happening with Danny and turns to Gio for advice. Then we have Lulu and Dante. These two presented a united front, and seeing Lulu Spencer and Dante Corinthos working together was exactly what this situation needed. They find Rocco. But because this is General Hospital, even a reunion cannot just be simple. They end up in a standoff with Britt, and things get even more complicated when Rocco unknowingly gives Britt the poison. Poor Rocco has no idea what is happening, but that moment definitely changed everything. Then we had Brooklyn. Brooklyn was spending time with Phoebe, and Willow was watching them together before joining them and hanging out with them for a bit. It was actually a lovely little moment before Port Charles reminded us that peace never lasts. Because Curtis showed up. Willow also had a meeting with Laura, and there are still so many questions surrounding everything happening around her. Then we had Detective Fitzpatrick having a meeting of the minds with ADA Turner. And we got more information about Jordan's accident. It turns out Drew did say Willow was not home the night of Jordan's accident. So that definitely raises even more questions. Then we have Chase. Tracy warned Chase about Willow, and honestly, when Tracy Quartermain gives advice, you pay attention. Because Tracy usually sees things other people miss. And then there's Joss. Joss is furious with Cassius because she feels he hasn't gotten her out of her prison. She demands a gun from him. A gun. The desperation is real, but this is such a dangerous moment because one wrong choice could change everything. Cassius said no, and he's trying to protect Het and his mother. And finally, me lovelies, that last scene. Cullum's henchman. We see him watching Charlotte. And that was the moment where my stomach dropped because Charlotte has no idea that danger may already be getting closer. Because in Port Charles, trouble never ends. It just finds a new target. And I have to say, the kids really shone in their scenes this episode. They brought so much heart and emotion to the story, and they really made those moments stand out. They showed that these younger characters are not just part of the background, they can absolutely carry these emotional storylines. Overall, Thursday gave us family fighting for each other, secrets coming out, and danger closing in from every direction. So me lovelies, what did you think? Were you relieved Lulu and Dante found Rocco? What do you think Cullum is planning? And are you worried about Charlotte? On Friday, Detective Fitzpatrick was back asking questions, and this time Willow found herself in the hot seat at the Metro Court pool. Now, I have questions of my own because, the pool? Really? A very interesting choice of location for an official detective questioning, but hey, who am I to judge? This is Port Charles where privacy is optional and drama comes with a side of sunshine. Meanwhile, Justine Turner decided she needed help tracking down Sidwell and went straight to Cassius for assistance. And the funny thing is, Laura and Jordan were basically thinking the exact same thing. Because when Sidwell is involved, apparently everyone's first thought is we need to find him, and honestly, they're not wrong. Justine also mentioned that Dante and Mac are currently on personal leave, which led us to a lovely little update overseas. We got to see Mac, Felicia, and Emma visiting Anna at the clinic in France. And honestly, seeing the Scorpio family checking in on Anna was a nice little moment amongst all the chaos. Then we headed over to Crimson, where Charlotte was trying to keep things together, but Nina was not playing around. Nina basically told Charlotte to cut the crap because she knew Valentine was still in town. Because secrets in Port Charles don't stay secret for long. Meanwhile, Rocco made the difficult decision to leave with his parents in order to stay safe. And then came the emotional moment when he asked Britt to come with them, because this kid has been through so much and just wants his family together. Over with Chase and Brooklyn, they talked about taking Phoebe to Seattle to visit Finn and Violet. A sweet family moment amongst all the chaos, because sometimes Port Charles actually lets people have normal conversations. Then Isaiah showed his true colors again by threatening Curtis. And excuse me, this guy really is a piece of work. The audacity. But the big drama came when Ada Turner started questioning Willow about Jordan's accident. Willow insisted she wasn't anywhere near Route 91 that night. Then Ada dropped the bombshell. Lucy and Drew both said Willow was there. Oh boy. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, Nina showed up at the Peace PD and found out Willow's car had been seen at the scene of the accident. Excuse me, what? That is a pretty huge piece of information, and suddenly those questions around Willow are getting a lot more serious. And finally, Anna dropped a bombshell of her own when she told Felicia that Nathan isn't who he says he is. Felicia's reaction was basically all of us. Wait, what? Because when Anna starts questioning someone's identity, you know Port Charles is about to get even crazier. And that's Friday, my lovelies, another day where nobody can just have a quiet coffee without a secret, a threat, or a shocking reveal. Until next time, this is Mama Ashley signing off. Have a great weekend, everyone.